I thought I'd just take a couple minutes to check out Bob Binney's bee yard. I see there's plenty of buckets on here for sugar syrup. I suspect most of them are empty. It's a pretty big yard. Far in the distance there, you may be able to see some nukes. I think there's probably 100 and some nukes back in there. Nice thing about this, it's kind of secluded from the highway. But actually Bob tells where it is in his videos. Let's see if I can get over here a little bit. All the bees are really quiet, not doing nothing. It's cold, probably about 50 degrees. It was 45 when I left the house this morning. Back in here, he's got, slews of nukes. You can see them all through here. Everyone's got a bottle on it, and every bottle's empty, it looks like. Well, it was a fun little video. Look at that, there's got to be more than, there's probably 300-400 in here. Wow, they're everywhere. Well, that was fun. This is one of my favorite bee yards. It belongs to Bob Binney. It's secluded. It's got sunshine and lots of other good things that we'll talk about in a minute. Secluded, it's away from all the traffic and people who might want to kind of take advantage of this, something that was out more public place. Oh, look at there. Hey Bob, you got some bees out the top there. Ooh, I didn't notice that till just now. Now I wonder why they're all hanging out. I'll have to get a closer look at that, but I have to change my lens. He's got sugar water on it. I can see in the jar there's a couple jars. There's still water in them. Sugar syrup. Really nice yard. I like this big solar panel for the electric fence. I have a smaller one and it's got a little bit of shade. It's kind of hard to get a good charge. So I'm vulnerable to bears, and there are bears in this area. There's a lot of bears in this area. I'm just over the mountain over there, probably about 2 miles as a crow flies. Close enough to Bob's yard that his drones will probably mate with my queens. Isn't that cool? I bought a lot of queens from him too, and they've been really nice ones. Yeah, what's going on here? There's bees all over the side of this hive. It's 48 degrees out. Kind of a surprise. There's a few bees getting sugar water there out of the pail around the edge. There's not much there, but they can probably smell it. But I'm just amazed to see this many bees out in this cold weather. Yeah, I stepped over the electric fence. I thought I'd get a close-up of that so y'all can see. There's a good 3 pounds of bees on that outside of that hive. Here it is, 48 degrees. I wonder if there's any more. I'm gonna look. Looks like there's some fresh syrup in that jar. It's October 15th, by the way. So Bob's still feeding. This is Bob Binney's yard. So that's probably been filled up fairly recently. Amazing what you can learn just standing around a bee yard and watching the bees. Choosing a location for your bee yard is important. Every beekeeper knows that there's lots of things to consider. Security is a big one because if your bee yard is out where it can be seen, there are thieves that will come and steal every one of your hives. So you got to be careful there. Well, I'm here in Stump Garden. It's not the best choice for a bee yard. In the background you may hear my neighbor building his porch. But I wanted to get this filmed anyway. Basically I have 20 hives here. It has advantages and disadvantages. There's stumps. I've tripped over stumps. It's on a hillside, that's not good. It's hard to get a truck nearby. Well, it wouldn't be very difficult for me because my driveway does go right by here. But in other places where there's hillsides, it may be more difficult. I have fell over stumps. It can be an issue. So I've moved my hives away from them as much as possible. Made paths for them. So it does take a little extra effort when you're on a hillside. The other thing about this is it's close to home, which is a big advantage because I can watch the bee yard and other people can't see it very well because it's behind trees and forest. One of the disadvantages is Charlie, our dog, runs into the electric fence twice now, but now he's learned to stay away quite well. Charlie respects the electric fence now. The other advantage is I can plug it into my house current through the electric fence. It doesn't need a solar panel that might be shaded by the trees that are around like I have here now. Nice thing here too is the sun comes up in the morning, it shines right on the beehives. It's late afternoon, the beehives in the hot summer are shaded, so that's a great advantage. There's probably several more. I'll try to think of them as we go along. This is what I call my forest bee yard because it's out in the forest. It's a fairly big yard, but it's got a little bit of work needs to be done. For one thing, the driveway, you can easily get stuck if wet weather's been around. Another is the wild stumps that are still a little bit too high. Most of them are down low enough, but you can get tripped on them. There is a neighbor nearby, but it's not an issue here. He's familiar with me, and he's not concerned about the bees, which is great. I have another neighbor on the other side, a little further away, and they're real happy to have bees. They had bees from Bob Binney in their yard for a while. Like I said, the issue here is mostly the forest and getting access into the bee yard itself. I had to put some gravel on to be able to get in and out even on a dry time. There's a little hill that has some clay on it that as slick as can be. If it's got a little bit of moisture in it at all, can get stuck. Again, it's probably 50 degrees out here. My bees are not very active, but they are going in and out. I see one flying by now and then. The electric fence charger is kind of small. It's only about that big, and because it's shaded here sometimes, it's not really the best situation. And we do have bears here also. Fortunately for me right now, that's not that big a concern anymore. Well, it won't be in a few weeks because hopefully the bears will be sleeping. However, we do have 60-degree days even in February or January. Those days, the bears might come out. They just kind of snooze during winter here. I wonder if there's anything else I need to say about this yard. It's a work in progress, just like the other one. all my bee yards are works in progress. I'm a little concerned. Most of these bees are from nukes. And it's their first year. I'm concerned that they might not get through the winter. That happens. That happens sometimes if they're just getting started up and they haven't built up enough stores to get through the winter. Some of the things in the back there are just storage stuff. That's the disadvantage here, is I don't have a storage shed. So I have to bring something in my truck and I pick up, or in my SUV if I'm going anywhere with bees or bee equipment. There's a lot of work needs to be done in taking care of the bees here even before winter, so I still have quite a bit to do. I see there's a few ants on this one. They're little sugar ants, so they're probably getting into the sugar inside. There's a pale feeder inside this hive. I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you will subscribe to my channel. If you subscribe, it encourages me to make more videos, and I hope that I'm helping you. And I'm helping me, because I have to learn these things too. Each time I go out in the yard, like I did at Bob Benny's, I see something different. Bees were out at 45 degrees, just hanging out the side of the thing. I think there may have been a bee fly up beside my head. I think there may have been a bee fly up beside my head. I think. Anyway, until next time, have a good day and happy beekeeping. Oh, one more thing. It's a good idea to have a gate that you can move and drive your car or truck right into your bee yard. And arrange your bee yard where the beehives aren't in the way. It worked out really well for me when I was trying to do oxalic acid treatment. So that's just one more tip.